Hello and good morning. Welcome to the Women in Leadership Body, Mind, Soul, and Business podcast. I'm Charlie.
And I'm Heather. Together, we are working to connect women in leadership and business to build relationships and empower each other, improving the health and wellness of the community, body, mind, and soul.
Nice. Today's special guest is Chris from Studio 5 Glam Co. in Arlington, Washington. Welcome, Chris.
Thank you for having me.
We would like to talk to you about your studio, your why. What is the heart of your business? Tell us a little bit about yourself and your business.
Okay, well, let's see. First off, I'm a passionate hairdresser. I've been doing hair for 32 years now. And then when I got into being a business owner, just growing people and having happy employees, I think is my purpose and my why now, just being able to help people be beautiful and feel good about themselves, but then also empowering other women to have careers and just be able to juggle family like we all do and be able to grow, but also be really happy about what they're doing and where they're at.
Yeah. So I hear that you're doing some really interesting things as a leadership model of your studio in particular. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're doing for your employees?
Well, we have flexible schedules. We have a leadership team. We have just a lot of avenues set up to help them grow. We have coaching and mentoring available. We're constantly going to classes and just learning how to keep people happy, keep a growth, just a momentum going of growth so that they always have passion when they show up for work too.
Nice.
And down the road, we will be having like profit sharing and stuff like that available too, so that they also have a little piece of the pie to keep their heart in growing the whole business. And we're not really about just, we come in and cut hair and grab a paycheck and go. It's a lot more, we call it a happiness project. So we really want happy employees. Definitely do make a profitable business anyway. So they go hand in hand, but we start with the happy. So, you know, schedules around, we employ a lot of moms and yeah. And so far so good. It's really working.
Nice. I think that's really wonderful, the way that you want to grow and support your employees and your business at the same time, and the way that you are approaching that. So I think that's really unique to you and what you're doing. And I think that also shows a lot about your character and where your heart is when it comes to business. And because, you know, especially with small local businesses, the heart of the business is the employees. So being able to take care of them in a way that is purposeful and meaningful for them will help everybody. It's a win-win-win, right?
It not only helps your business, it also helps the community that you're building within your business, and then the surrounding community, because it's like, you know, that's what happens when we build an amazing community. We're spreading so much love into our community that it's the trickle down. I love this model of being able to go into your industry and then be able to not just get to the burnout point and have to go find something else to do. Like, you have been able to keep up your passion for 32 years. Like, nobody has to give it up. Like you
Right.
figured it out. Like, and I
Yeah.
love that. And you're not keeping it to yourself. Like you're like,
Yeah.
I'm sharing this with my team.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't figure it
love
out
that.
for myself. I do have coaches and mentors that I hire to help me. But yeah, there is a lot of that hairdresser burnout, and we just do as much hair as we can until, our arms fall off, and then we just close the doors and walk away. And what we're working towards is a legacy of, you can profit share your business. And then when you're ready to step away, then that business is still standing for others to be able to take over and run. And then it keeps going and stays instead of just closing the doors.
I think it's fabulous.
Exciting.
I think that's super exciting.
Now, not only is it exciting, like as a business model and from the business side, like with my crazy business life brain, but I love what you're doing too. So why don't you tell us a little bit what's special about your salon and what you're bringing to our local community?
Yeah, the experience.
Yeah, I think what is special is the actual experience. Lots of people can provide services, but we definitely do care about our clients. Each and every guest that walks through our door, we treat, like their royalty, the way I really implore my employees to do that. And they enjoy doing that. And then the guests, they feel so good, and they're not just like rushed through. They are treated extra special. We, obviously provide a lot of different services. We have a full day spa. So we are the only place that's like the one-stop beauty destination. We have eyelash extensions and facials, and we have cryotherapy for body sculpting, as also all the hair services, clipper cuts, to balayages, to hair extensions. We do a lot of bridal parties. We have fabulous service providers that offer great makeup and, bridal services as well. So yeah, I mean, we're really one-stop shopping. We have a full boutique with many different lines that we carry, hair, makeup, and yeah, I feel like it sets us apart. When I grew up here in Arlington, and I never dreamed that when I left at, the age of 18 to go to beauty school in Seattle, that I would be back in Arlington. I thought that I would, wanted to be in the big city, but when it came to running, to starting a family and everything else, I really did enjoy having the small town atmosphere. And I really wanted to bring the upscale salon and spa to Arlington it wasn't available, and people were still like, oh, I got to go to Linwood. I got to go to Seattle to get, great hair services. And now they don't.
Or the experience. I hear a lot of that.
Absolutely.
Oh, I got to go down to Seattle, Shoreline, Linwood, Alderwood to get that kind of experience.
Right.
So I was like, what?
Yeah. And one of the other things that I appreciate that you do is you do different things to support the community. I know you've donated to different charities for like baskets and raffles and different community events like that. So I want to reach out and thank you for supporting the community in the way that you are able to do. So thank you.
Do you, it's starting to get into the holidays. So could you tell us a little bit about how we're scheduling out and how the holidays are looking? If people are planning ahead a little bit, we didn't get to see each other last year for holidays, and people are really wanting to like, oh wait, I got to get this cut. I need to have a pamper day before I go deal with all my crazy life, or sometimes you need that self-care moment before you go or after you go to holiday style. So
absolutely. Yeah. Our holiday is booking up. So that's one of the things, if you really want to have everything looking perfect for those holiday photos or just to see your family, definitely yeah, booking ahead is good. Most of our guests are pretty good about that, but we're also, seeing new people every single day. So getting the word out that, yeah, if you have special days that you really want to have, you should book ahead. Yeah, we have some Black Friday specials that we'll be launching too as well, so people can take advantage of that.
And what do we get a sneak peek in what those specials might be? Or
Well,
is it a secret?
Or what realm
Some-
it might
some
be in?
yeah,
Some-
some of it's a secret, but we will be having a Brazilian Blowout
Mhm.
special. I can tell you that. We will be having a spa special. So we have like a cryotherapy one coming. So generally January 1st, everyone kind of gets motivated to be their best self and to make some lifestyle changes. And so yeah, cryotherapy helps with that too, a little bit of inch loss, a little bit of toning. And then we will be having a retail special as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always love getting, my products on sale if I can, you know what I mean? Because especially with this beautiful Pacific Northwest wet air, my curly hair tends to look like a Q-tip after 20 minutes in the rain.
Oh, wow.
I was like,
You should take advantage of the Brazilian Blowout special then. That's exactly what that's for.
Yeah.
Okay, then tell us
it.
a little bit about that, because I actually didn't know what a Brazilian blowout was. I'm like over
okay.
here Googling it because I'm like,
Right.
I don't know what that is. So
Yeah, it's a smoothing treatment, and it also helps, with keep the humidity out for, but it's actually for smoothing and defrizzing, but it
Mhm.
will relax curl a little bit, but it's not a relaxer. It's not
Right,
a
okay.
chemical surface that goes in and changes the curl pattern like a hair relaxer would, but it puts like a coating on the outside of your hair, and it just keeps it smooth and frizz free, and then it just gradually washes off. So it lasts about 2 to 3 months, and then it's a cumulative effect. So the more you get them done, then it just kind of layers on, and the smoother your hair will be. Very popular service.
Nice.
wow.
I might have to try that sometime.
That
How
is
about you with
so
your curly
cool.
hair?
Thank you. Because when you said Brazilian, I was like, we're gonna do what?
Like I've
Okay,
heard about them.
You're gonna do a
but I've never
blowout
actually had
where?
it
How
done.
about
So it's good that
I
we
can invite
know
both
that.
of you in to enjoy Brazilian Blowout. How about that? Then you'll be able to
Oh,
spread the
brag
word.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would
Well,
be
that
so
is awesome.
fun.
Yeah, because we definitely, I know this week it's been, I'm like, I can't even, every day I'm like, flat iron the bangs, get them up, like they need to be cut anyways.
Hairs in a
but
ponytail, 'cause there's nothing
It's
to
been
do
a
about
hot
that.
mess all week
Yeah.
with the rain kicking back in.
Yes, and we love our Pacific Northwest rain, especially after such a dry summer.
So what is the best contact for someone to get a hold of you? Should they find you on Facebook? Should they just walk in? What is your best way for people to get a hold of you guys?
Well, all of those avenues are welcomed. We do have our landline. If you want to get a hold of someone right now, like that is the quickest way, because we hear the phone ringing, and then, I have a front desk that will pick that up. So our phone number, that's 360-435-4035, is the quickest way. But we also get messages through Instagram, through Facebook. We just sometimes a few hours might pass before we see the notification, if, just depending on how busy we are juggling, checking clients in and out, but we do try and keep an eye on those messages as well. We have a live chat on our website. It's the same thing. Well, if someone isn't there to answer right away, it goes into our messages. So we will return those within 24 hours. But the very fastest way is just the old school, call us up, and then we can have a little consultation over the phone and decide what you need and get you on the books right away.
So don't be afraid to call you. So it would be great if you are someone that has struggle calling people. This would be a great opportunity to do something nice for yourself as a reward for making a real phone call.
And
Yeah.
all of that contact information will be posted in the description for the podcast. I believe it's already there. So if you missed writing that phone number down, which is 360-435-4035 to call Studio 5 Glam, it'll be in the contact information below. So that's always a good option for you.
Yes. Thank you so much, Chris. We're going to go ahead and get transition a little bit over here and talk with Charlie with Warrior Yoga. And we're going to start with taking.
That's right. So let's go ahead and get started with those nice, slow, deep breaths. Breathing in and out. In through the nose, out through the mouth.
Subtle reminder, do not close your eyes if you are driving and listening to this. Thank you very much.
Safety first. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Maybe roll the shoulders back and down a few times. Getting settled in a nice, comfortable seat or somewhere very comfortable. Focusing on the breath and my voice. If you are driving and you'd like to join us in this short meditation, please pull over safely. We're going to take a few more nice, slow, deep breaths. And I will begin. From Meditations from the Mat by Rolf Gates and Katrina Kensington. Day 8, Varyaga. Varyaga is the elimination of whatever hinders progress and refinement. In a culture of more, it is hard to sell the concept of less. Thoreau wrote, "A man is rich in proportion to the number of things which he can afford to let alone." He knew intuitively that though non-action, we can gain the power we seek. Fortunately, yoga is a reality-based philosophy. Everywhere we turn, we see examples of yoga in action. The yogic requirement that we move through life, shedding self-defeating behaviors, does not need to be explained or defended. If you're reading this book, chances are you've already been practicing Varyaga or letting go for some time, whether consciously or not. This simple concept has merited so much elaboration in yogic texts over the years because we seem to have been born with a propensity for vacillation. Given a choice, we tend to hold on. It is human nature to obfuscate, rationalize, temporize, overanalyze, generalize, minimize. When we make a commitment to our practice, though, the obstacles to our progress suddenly become clear and into focus. When we are called upon to practice Varyaga, the Tao Chi Chang tells us, in the pursuit of knowledge, every day something is added. In the practice of the Tao, every day something is dropped. So it is as we begin to live our yoga, there is a sense of liberation and lightness as we begin to renounce the very things that have held us back. Take a couple more nice, slow, deep breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And one more time. And we will talk about that for a minute. So Varyaga is attachment, right? And we're all attached to different kinds of things. And we talked about this a little bit last week. But there's freedom in being able to let things go, right? We let things go emotionally. We let things go physically. We let things go
energetically,
yeah.
Yeah, we got to move the energy. Sometimes even our physical representation around us is what's happening energetically for us, right? chaos, well, sometimes that's because we need to work on our vibe and our energy, and it all goes together.
It all goes together, right? And then, it goes both ways. We might be holding on to things that need to be let go, but at the same time, maybe you be careful what you release into the world, because you don't want to give away your power,
Right.
you don't want to give away your dreams. There's certain things that you want to hold on to, and those might change and vary over time, but there's those things, especially giving away your power, that's something that you should hold on to, and not in a ego kind of way, right?
Kind of a way.
Right.
But you have the power to have your own opinion.
Mhm.
You have the power to show up for yourself every day.
Mhm.
You have the power to be here for yourself, witness yourself. These are things you have power over.
Absolutely. And, we just need to be able to let things go that need to be let go. And, hold on to the things that
are actually
that
meaningful,
that are serving you.
Yeah.
Right. If you're holding on to something that is not serving you,
moment,
right?
If this isn't serving you and bringing you joy, do you need to hold on to it?
Right.
And if you do, maybe that's something you want to explore for yourself. Some people, they don't care. They want to hold on to it. That's fine.
Yeah. And you can Marie Kondo anything really. But what the essence of that is very yoga, right? It's attachment. And going through those mental exercises that she does, is this serving me? Does this bring me joy? That it's the same thing.
It is. It's
the same
practice. It's a way to engage in practice and go through the practice of doing it. It's really exciting.
Yeah. So
it's so fun how everything's all intertwined, and all these things that we, are reading and discovering and like opening our minds to. We finally get to. We're with you, I feel like I'm getting the chance to see how some of it all connects together, and really exploring that connection.
And the one thing that I like about these books that I'm reading is that it puts it in a way that's understandable to the average person.
Right.
And speaking of, today's reading is Yoga as Narodaha, with Silencing the Heart Mind. Our reading is Narodaha. So it's from the Path of the Yoga Sutras by Nicolai Bachman, and it's chapter 8, Yoga as Narodaha, Silencing the Heart Mind. Love opens my chest and thought returns to its confines. Rumi, from Granite and Wineglass. During the journey through life, our heart mind, our chitta, accumulates memories from every experience, which influence our thoughts, emotions, and therefore our actions. The activities buzzing around in your consciousness make us think that we are these actions. Let me read that part again. The activities buzzing around in our consciousness make us think that we are these actions. Yoga is, by definition, a process of quieting these activities in order to be able to look deeply within and connect with that which never moves, our divine inner light of awareness, our Purusha. Yoga is defined in the second sutra as a process of thinning away or quieting, Narodaha, the thoughts and emotions in our heart mind. Narodaha results from the practices of yoga, especially a focused heart mind. Narodaha is not actively avoiding, suspending, or ending our thoughts and emotions. Rather, it occurs naturally when our attention is focused in one direction, causing those distractions to submerge and the inner light of knowledge to emerge. As a process or practice, yoga is connecting our individual consciousness to the universal consciousness. Several yoga practices are mentioned in Patanjali's sutras. The 8 limbs of yoga, Ashtanga, provide tools to refine ourselves and draw our attention inward. Kira Yoga, the synergistic triad composed of transformational practice, self-observation, and faith, is meant to weaken our deep afflictions and attain a state of complete attention, also known as samadhi. We could say that Samaya Yoga, the final 3 inner limbs, express a subset of the 8 limbs that represent focusing inward and experiencing samadhi. Yoga can also be a state equivalent to samadhi resulting from the process of nirodha. When we are in the state of yoga, our consciousness is quiet. When we experience the presence of our inner light of awareness, our true self. Yoga means union or connection with this divine presence. The seer or Purusha is resting in the perception of itself and is experienced as clarity, understanding, compassion, and happiness. In this state, our attention is so focused that the activities, or the vrittis, in the heart mind no longer distract us. Our field of consciousness has absorbed whatever it is focused on so completely that we cannot perceive any difference between it and us. We are unaware of our awareness because there is no separation between our individual self and our inner self. Until this state is present, we are in vritti land, preoccupied, caught in the world of thoughts and memories, where our individual ego erroneously identifies us as our vrittis. Certain states of mind lead us through the process of nirodha. At first, the chitta is restless and rapid, which can cause delusion, infatuation, or obsession. Our thoughts are moving so fast and we are so caught up in them that it is difficult to perceive the outer world clearly. As we spend more time cultivating inner peace, our chitta alternates between calmness and restlessness. Over time, our chitta becomes one-pointed, able to focus on a single thought continuously. Eventually, this leads to the state of yoga, where the heart mind is still, undistracted by any thoughts, emotions, or sensory input. Nirodha depends on 2 pillars of yoga, abhyasa and viraga. The former, diligent and continuous practice, results in the later, detached awareness, which in turn causes nirodha. As the basiness in the heart mind slows down, the fluctuations become simpler and less distracting. As nirodha is practiced regularly over time, the fluctuations erode and a new beneficial pattern forms to eventually supersede previous negative tendencies. This reprogramming of the heart mind is the key to inner happiness. Stress can occur when our heart mind is overwhelmed with activity or emotion. There are simple ways to reduce or prevent stress. Many people become stressed out when they are running late for an appointment, often the result of not leaving enough time to get where they're going. It is easy enough to instead anticipate the time required to make it on time, prepare for the appointment early, and then allow an extra buffer of time to avoid becoming stressed. In the likely event that you make it there early, you can enjoy the wait by sitting quietly and relaxing. Yoga is both the process of quieting and the state of quietness. Consciously tuning out any distracting noise around us and turning our attention inward nurtures our heart and mind. Slowing down and connecting with our silent inner light of awareness relieves us from the hustle and bustle of the world. Couple of thoughts as we complete our reading. Directing my attention inward on a regular basis will cause distracting thoughts to subside, and allow my inner light to shine through. A quiet, calm heart mind enables me to see things clearly and make wise choices that benefit myself and others. I will cultivate a clear and open heart mind.
Can you say that again? Yeah.
A quiet, calm heart mind enables me to see things clearly and make wise choices that benefit myself and others.
That's huge for women in business. The keen discernment, which is one of the words that we learned from this book, and being able to make those decisions quickly. This is how you do that. That's how you get there. And with the practicing of making those quick decisions, you already are in tune with what you know the answer needs to be.
Right. And it goes both ways. Have you ever had to make a decision in a panic or in a rush and you didn't? And
oh yeah, well, I mean, we can all relate to that.
It was
like, I need to make
it was a rash decision, right? Like I have to decide right now. Oh my gosh, right?
Right.
We don't have to decide right now, or if you do have to decide in a pretty timely manner, like within a couple of minutes, just sit back, relax, take a few deep breaths, and really think about the decision that you're making. Because just by taking a few deep breaths, oxygenating your mind, you can think so much clearly, right?
You actually get oxygen to the front part of your brain. So when we're holding our breath and we're in that fight or flight mode, we are actually only getting oxygen to the part of our body that needs to respond in flight or fight, right? So we're ready to fight, we're ready to run, or hide, right? Those are kind of like, that's what happens when we're freaked out. So if we have to make a decision and we don't know what the answer is, and we're kind of caught up in that moment, we don't have any oxygen going to the front of our brain. That is why you stop and take some deep breaths. Drop into your meditation, feel that relaxation in your body. Your heart will be used to your. I am like, if you need an answer right now, the answer is no.
Right.
If you can't give me the time to check, if you will give me that time, it might even.
I tried to buy a car.
Oh
my gosh, they want the answer right now, and they're like, well, it's not going to be here tomorrow, and they put the pressure on you to make that decision right now. And I can't tell you how many times that when they start putting that pressure on, I'm like, no thanks, and I walk away.
That's why there's so many new ways to buy cars now. I think
so too. Like, people don't like that pressure sales, right? Which brings me back to a couple exercises we could do. Let's talk about this. How effective has yoga practice been for calming down your mind? Now, many things can be yoga practice. And one thing I want to challenge you guys to do this week is as you're driving around, running your errands, doing what you need to do, when you come to a red light or a stop sign, focus on the breath while you're there. If you're at a stop sign, it might only be, 5 seconds, right? You stop, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take a breath. Exhale slow, and then go, right? So, and then the same thing with the red light. You're watching your light, you're watching the traffic. Your kids are going crazy in the back seat, or whatever the case may be, and just take that 30 seconds or however long you're stuck at that red light, because you're not going anywhere anyway, and just take a breath. You will be surprised at how much calmer and clearly you're thinking.
So when you get to where you're going, and especially if you're a mom driving around with your kids and you're a businesswoman and you're got all the business things going on, and then you have all the household things going on in your head, when you get to your destination the kids, have taken their shoes off. You can't find their cup or their binky, like, okay, no, we've not been moms, so we know what this is, right? What happens when you get to where you're going? You're going to be calmer and easier, and then they're going to reflect that back. So it will create the calm atmosphere for your family too. So,
and then also take a few breaths before making a business call, before interacting with somebody, like before a client comes in to work with you. Take a moment, take a couple breaths, and then greet them.
Oh, I didn't even think about that as being a thing, because as a massage therapist, that's what we always did. Like, okay, you're here, we've greeted you, gotcha. I'm going to go and take a few breaths and get my energy right, so that I'm not bringing anything to you, right? Like, because I don't want to share my negative energy with someone. They don't want to come back for a massage after that,
right? And
so it's same thing.
Relationships are an energy exchange. So if you go in with negative energy, you're going to come out with more negative energy than you went in with. And that goes both ways. If you go in with positive energy, you're going to share that energy with the other people in the room.
It's like the smile is contagious. So if you're smiling at people and you're nice and friendly, you can totally change someone's day around and reverse that energy for someone else, which then makes the people around them, and it just trickles, right? It explodes.
And let's think about situations that make us restless, such as leaving at the last minute and rushing to an appointment, or doing so many things at once that your head seems to spin. Then think of ways you can prevent these situations from happening, like leaving early to an appointment or scaling back your schedule. This is huge for me. Okay, so schedules are a big deal for me, because after 8 years in the military, you have that ingrained in you. If you're on time, you're late. If you're late, you're screwed, right? And if you're early, you're on time. So you were basically trained to be anywhere, 10, 15, 30 an hour early, depending on what the situation was. Because if you weren't there ready to go when things were going to happen, oh man, you were in trouble. So I still have that, that's why I'm always pushing, let's go, we're going to be late. And you're like, no, we're good.
Like, we're okay.
We're good on time. So, and that's just where I am mentally all the time, is if I'm not early, I'm late. Right. So, part of that is me like, okay, I can be on time. And on time for me is still like 3 to 5 minutes early.
Right. You do not like to be late.
I don't like to be late at all. Okay. But then it also drives me crazy when other people are late. Right. So like going to the doctor's office, you have an appointment and you don't even get taken back to the room for 45 minutes after your appointment was supposed to start. That
drives
me bananas. So,
and then those are great times to practice deep breathing.
Yes.
Practice. And it's patience is the only thing that you only get it by practice.
Right.
So unfortunately, if these things are things that stress you out, this is an opportunity for you to practice.
Right.
So you're going to have to change your mindset and our thinking around things. And that's something that we've been working on, right? Like all the time. We're always working on.
We're like, things. Okay, stop. Breathe. Right. Okay. And yeah, I mean, there's always adjustments you can make in order to make sure that, you're at least doing your part. Because if you're at least doing your part, then, I mean, universal intelligence will provide.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely. Show up how you want the world to be around you to be.
Right. So my challenge to you this week is to stop and breathe. When you feel yourself getting stressed out, when you're stopped at a stop sign, a red light, right?
Our stop signs, stop lights, to breathe. Stop and breathe.
Stop and breathe.
That's the challenge this week. Stop and breathe.
Challenge this week is stop and breathe. let's see here. I'm still doing some personal yoga with clients,
Consultation
private
appointments.
consultation appointments. So if you're interested in doing a private yoga consultation with me, reach out, let me know. My email is warrioryogastanwood@gmail.com. That's WARRIOR yoga YOGA Stanwood STANWOOD @gmail.com. And I have some time available. And if you are local, you can come to my home studio. And if you are distant, we
Which
can
is where we're doing this
set up a
live
Zoom.
recording. is
Yeah,
in the
we're in my home
yoga
studio right now. So it's a nice, warm, friendly, inviting space, and I love to share it with you. So, and then during those private consultations, I talk to you about what's going on in your body, what's going on in your mind, and then we adjust the practice around your specific needs. And there's been
very,
and
I almost see the energy coming off of them, like everything in their life is dropped, fallen, fell over, or knocked over today.
right. We've all had those days where we're like dropping everything, knocking things over, getting stuck on everything. Yeah. So, and then being able to help them calm their mind and leave here with peace as opposed to the anxiety they were feeling when they showed up. I always want to leave people better than they came.
I think this is an important thing to mention too. You cater your yoga practice. It's not like, oh, we're going to do this asana and then this one and this one and this one. You cater it to the person's body.
Correct.
So you really work with each body where they are in that moment.
Mhm.
So if it's a good day, if it's a bad day, if it's an okay day,
Mhm.
like you meet that person there. You don't have to be a pretzel. You don't have to be able to touch your toes.
No. And
you don't have to be able to reach your hands behind your back. Like,
yeah, it took me about 3 years of doing yoga to be able to touch my toes. Okay. And when I first started yoga, I was a bigger girl. I weighed about 175 pounds more than I do now. And it hurt to move. Okay.
Right.
So, and yoga was a way that I could move my body that didn't hurt so much.
Gently.
And work within my own physical limitations, because from my time in the military, I have like my shoulders messed up, my knees are messed up, my back's messed up. It's the whole thing. So, anyway.
So, and congratulations on 170 plus pound weight loss and your journey. So exciting. And I love that we didn't even know that about each other. Mm-hmm. And we found each other that we both lost that extreme amount of weight. Mm-hmm. And then to come together and be able to share part of that journey with each other is amazing, which is how I got into doing wellness things for myself, was because I'm always reading how to, fad diet was a bad thing, a bad word in my, growing up, like don't be on the fad diet. So I always had to know what was going on. And until a year ago, I actually, because when I was a kid, I had a brain injury from a car accident. And I had to like relearn to read. So I always had this feeling that everyone knew things that I didn't know. So I'm always researching things because I think people know things I don't know. Mm-hmm. And then I'm realizing now that I know a lot of things now. Mm-hmm. So that's
and you have some exciting things going on in your wellness world.
I do have a lot of things going on in my wellness world. And there's some just secret things going on. So we got some things coming down the pipeline. But Why? Because I needed every day because our food is not what it used to be, period. And unless you're amazing like Charlie and you have like this insane, amazing garden, she's already winterized it. It's ready to go. You can check that out on her Facebook page. I love it. It's so awesome. So growing your own food is really the one way you can really control the nutrients going into your family. So that's super hard. So that is one thing you can do. So
cheaper than buying organic.
Right? Cheaper than buying. Well, you're putting in the labor though, too.
I'm putting in the labor,
but
it does take time.
It's super fun.
Your mental health too.
It is getting in the dirt. Get the kids out there. We love having the family come over and pick vegetables and watching the little kids in the garden.
Oh God, the kids love picking the vegetables.
So wellness is so much more than supplements. So wellness includes movement, hydration, sleep, your mindset. There's so much to it. Today, I'd like to focus on something that I've been taking for a year, and I think has really been catastrophically changed for my body. So
now you say catastrophically like it's a bad thing, but it's not
in a good way. Like catastrophic can be good. Like I needed something to change. Something was not working. I needed a major change. I continued to feel awful as I was losing weight. I had been down a little over 100 pounds and I felt horrible, absolutely horrible. I was still making it to the hospital every couple months with some sort of emergency related to hernias, and different organs weren't happy. And, they started to tell me other things weren't happy because I've been dealing with life for a long time, but we're doing better. I don't want to put anybody to get doom and gloom, because I have to say I'm recovering from abdominal surgery and my hernias are repaired. So if
her body is in recovery mode,
that I'm in recovery mode. So we've come to the other side. So one of the ingredients I started taking was berberine. So just one nutrient. And I did not know what it could do. So I hit up the Google, right? That's what we do. So I've got together a whole list of information about what berberine can do for you. So berberine, I thought, this was crazy. I'm like, what in the world does alkaloid extract mean? Scary word. Like, what is that?
Is an alkaloid extracted from Chinese herbs. What is an alkaloid?
I was like, what? So I looked it up. And all that word means is a plant that has a pronounced physiological actions on humans. So it's good for you. It does something really big. It could be bad for you too, because of poison or something. So it's a plant that has a reaction in our bodies. It could be good or bad. So then we look it out. So or tree turmeric, and the one I can't say, hunagalalan. I meant to look it.
It's HUANGLIAN. If anybody knows how to pronounce that, please let us know.
Yeah, I'm not an expert in that, right? We just hit the Google, right?
And so I actually have Oregon grape growing in my backyard.
See, so it's a very natural ingredient that we have around us. I had no idea that that's where we get it from. So I definitely have seen the weight loss results from this, but I didn't know exactly what it was doing for me. So it helps your body secrete the okay, I'm gonna breathe. I got in my head.
Right? Sometimes you do that. Sometimes you get in your own head.
I got all excited. So it helps secretion of the appetite stimulating hormone leptin. So it actually helps regulate it. So like you're not overly hungry or underly hungry. Like it helps balance that hormone out, which is super exciting, because I know that that's when I worry that after being so large that I worry that I don't even produce, right? So this is going to feed that in your body. It's something your body needs in order to help it work. So and then it also helps inhibit the enzyme that stores fat in the abdomen.
Lipopreptine lipase.
Thank you. I was like, I can't say it. I'm just going to describe what it does, especially in the midsection of your body, which in anybody that's seen me physically, I used to have a belly fold that went down to my knees. I put on my weight in the middle of my body. That's where it always was. And before. So in the last year, when I first started taking it, I lost 60 inches. Just like all of my body went and like all this hard work as things started to work better.
That's like almost like 4 feet, right?
I know it's a great, scary number. That's why I have a hard time taking my measurements, because those numbers are so insane to me. Mm-hmm. I'm much better with the scary number on the scale going down. Like, right. I look at it and sometimes I'm like,
numbers at a time.
I'm like, that number is weird. To get off, stand back on it. I'm like, okay, that's what that says. What? Can you see this? This Jeep's going down. Okay. So it also, midsection. Okay. Just checking the notes, getting back on track. Reduces fatty liver. So they're finding that berberine helps with triglycerides and overall liver function enzymes, improving your overall function of your liver. So non-fatty liver. Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about fatty liver for a second. So fatty liver is mostly, so you get fatty liver from like alcoholics get it, but also from sugar. Like it is one of the main reasons we have fatty liver issues with our kids. We had someone in my family as a child diagnosed with it, and nobody would really tell me why. And then through years of research and discovery, I finally learned that sugar is causing fatty liver disease in our kids. So that's something you should keep an eye out for. So anything for me that's going to improve my liver and function and help with sugar issues, because if my kid has a sugar issue, they got it from me. Right. So I let them eat the sugar because I'm eating the sugar. Well, here's my partner in crime now. Like I have to really watch that for myself with diets and stuff. So I really also like the overall health of your organs is improved because you're lowering your LDL. Research shows by up to 25%, and raising your triglycerides by up to 36%, and promoting blood pressure, boosting your brain health, improving your gut health, and strengthening your gut. As you're decreasing some of the reactions our body has normally, and improving that, you're actually improving your immune system because it starts in the gut. So like there's these trickle effects. I love this. And overall better metabolic function. And the last part I wanted to talk about is PCOS. We're really seeing in the group that of ladies that have PCOS, we're really, really seeing an improvement in the symptoms of PCOS, the discomfort, are
these just people that are taking
that are using this? Yeah. Mm-hmm. People I know personally that are taking these products, taking this particular supplement, berberine, and we're actually seeing such an improvement. And I want to say that all the studies go right into saying how it can help with fertility. And I want to say that as a women, our women's healthcare system is set up to help us with things in relationship to having children. So sometimes you don't get those conversations with your doctor other than here, have some, what do they give you? Hormones. What do they give you? Oh, birth control pills. They give you birth control pills. Like, okay, so you don't want to have kids, you have PCOS, here's some birth control pills. I would say most of you that have PCOS probably have experienced that. So this is something you can do that's going to help you. And it's a supplement called berberine. And you
don't necessarily have to put your fertility at risk if you don't want to.
Exactly.
Like it gives you the another option as opposed to changing anything about your hormones and things like that.
Yes. Yes, I really love functional medicine because we're giving our body the things we need to make our body work. It's in the name, it's functional. It's helping you to learn to function, helping your body to function. And so I think it's really important as women that we know that that's how the healthcare system is set up, and that we are advocating for our own health where we are, whether or not we're going to have children or more children, period. It's okay to stand up for yourself. So it's super duper important. Ooh, I know that was a lot of information. So if you need to know where to get some berberine, that's how you contact me. I literally this week learned that a new form of berberine that is concentrated and even better delivery system than the one I've been taking for the last year, and it's coming in the mail, so I cannot wait to try it and share it with you to see if I'm feeling a difference and how it's working for me. So I'm really excited.
I'm excited for that for you too.
So I am looking forward to sharing that with everyone. Hopefully next week it will come in the mail and it'll be 0722-9104. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. You can find my link in the link tree, and I'll be happy to help you with on your wellness journey. Like, I really love working there. Now, how Charlie and I met is with the October company, and it is a big busy time for us. And we only have a few appointments available still, so we want to get people scheduled and families protected, and business owners protecting their employees. So
and it's open enrollment time. Open enrollment is limited. It's a limited time offering each year, and what October company has
right. So we have a little announcement from the October company.
So
really
it's open enrollment is November 1st through January 15th. We would like to be your dedicated client support team, and we can assist with application, eligibility, and enrollment issues. We are skilled at troubleshooting and resolving complicated scenarios or providing additional support throughout the enrollment process. Call, email, or text today for more information.
So you can call or text us at 360-722-9104. That of course will be in the link below or in the descriptions. So wherever in your podcast, it's there. We got you.
We would like to take a minute to thank Hemah Forge Virtual Gaming for providing us with some new equipment. We've got a new mic, we've got some new headsets. So thank you, Hemah Forge Virtual Gaming. Hemah Forge Virtual Gaming is a developing online D&D, Dungeons and Dragons gaming experience. The Dungeon Master has over 30 years of dungeon mastering experience. He has been a judge for Wizards of the Coast, way back in the day, right? He's been playing D&D since he was just 12 years old. So he's got tons of experience as a gamer and as a dungeon master. He's just the knowledgeable guy. And he would like to, he's going virtual to host gaming groups. Okay, there's a free alpha trial. Applications are now open to be closed November 29th. Space is limited. If you're interested in that, please email hemahforgevirtualdangeonmaster@gmail.com. That's HEMAHFORGE virtualdungeonmaster@gmail.com. If you have any questions, comments, or you would like to become part of that alpha testing group.
All right, just want to say thank you so much to Hemah Forge, from me, from you, from our listeners. Just not having that crackle on our speaker is so much better.
It's so nice.
We feel really professional now. So I thank you for leveling us up. We really appreciate it.
Okay, our cause of the quarter this quarter is the local food bank. If you are not to Snohomish County,
The food bank of your
hashtag
choice.
food bank.
So Marysville,
Arlington,
Stanwood.
oh, you know, whatever
Sorry.
the case may be. And we'll make sure that they get those funds, or we'll go grocery shopping and drop the items off, and we'll, you know, call them ahead of time to see what they actually need, because some items are harder to find than others, but people still need them in order to make good
And
quality meals for their families.
Sometimes a monetary donation is better because they have deals with different stores to get like the food at a discount because it's for the food bank. So check with your local food bank or Feed America programs. They're really amazing programs, and they're here to help. If you are in need, do not hesitate to call, ask. Everyone is super nice in that in the food banks world. They want to make sure you have food for you, your kids, your family, whatever you got going on. They will hook you up, and they do help with food limitations. If you have food allergies, you do not have to take food you can't eat. So sometimes people feel like they have to take it just because it was given to them. Don't hesitate to say, hey, I can't eat this. These are my dietary restrictions.
Yeah, and it's okay to leave those items for the next person.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's all that's gonna happen.
It's not offensive if you don't take it. It's okay. That's what I want to say.
Right. So thank you, Hemah Forge, for sponsoring our equipment. And then our other sponsors, Warrior Yoga, Heather Ross Wellness Ambassador, the October Company, and our guest this morning, Chris at Studio 5 Glam. So if you would like to reach out to her and set up those beauty appointments and really make yourself feel a little special.
And now
for
we
the
know
holidays,
that a Brazilian blowout is not scary.
It's not scary.
It's excellent. It sounds like
I've
something
never
we
had
need.
one. So
Be sure to follow us on social media at Women in Leadership, BSMB, and listen to us on Spotify, Stitcher, Audible, Google Podcasts, and Apple, and soon to be Pandora. We are in the waiting process. And if you don't have us, please let us know. We have an RSS feed. We are happy to join any podcast streaming that you enjoy listening to. Let us know if you don't find us.
if you're interested in being part of our podcast guest or becoming a sponsor and getting a shout out during our show, please email us at women, and we'll send you the information on the next steps and relationships with more community leaders and businesses.
The Body, Mind, Soul, and Business podcast. We will see you next time.
Namaste.